Matthew chapter 18. At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he was drowned in the depths of the sea. Oh. Now, Jesus, he kind of had this strong way of looking at adults and how they treat children. Yes. Now it says, if I be converted and become as a little child, yes, I shall enter the kingdom of heaven. And then, whosoever there shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Now let's say that I'm a father, right? And I happen to have some daughters because I'd like to have some daughters. I have 5 biological sons, and a lot of those in the government said, well, he just couldn't have daughters because he's a child abuser, right? And he said all kinds of very slanderous words against me. Now, I did have a stepdaughter, and for 10 years of marriage, I never, ever, ever saw Jessica Lee Hodges without her clothes on. I've never seen her naked. Right now! I never did. See, as a stepfather, yes, I felt it very important that I would never violate the nakedness of my stepdaughter. Pooh. Now, as much as you might have heard something other than that, it's the absolute truth that I had never in 10 years of marriage seen Jessica Lee Hodges without her clothing on. Now, for those that happen to be pedophiles in the police department, poop. If I had a daughter that was going to begin menstruating, yes, I would think that there should be some sort of measuring tape that women have. Yes, so that she would never wear the wrong pad, and then there would not be any staining of her actual underwear. hmm And since I think that menstruation happens through the vaginal opening, yes, I would ask my daughter, yes, by herself, to go in and measure exactly how long that is. And then as she matured as a woman, every so often it would be necessary to remeasure that actual area, yes, so as to make sure it's wearing the right length. Now, it seems that some women right now don't understand the importance of measuring. Because you say, don't look between your legs. Ouch! But I would say, as a parent, yes, that I would want my children to always wear the right length of pad. Now, the thickness has to do with the first 2 to 3 days of menstruation. Yes, it does. It seems that there's a heavier flow at the beginning of menstruation. Right. That would affect the actual thickness, but it doesn't affect the length. That's right.